Hi, hello. Welcome back to another episode. Um, Today I just want to do a little disclaimer before we get into it, y'all. Today we are gardening. And if you garden, I'm just gonna start this episode off with a cheers. So, hold on. Anyways, now that we got that out the way, that is kind of going to be our topic for today. Also, don't mind me sipping water throughout this episode because I am gardening. Yeah, common sense. So, don't mind that. But, I honestly wanted to record this episode because I was on a walk and I was thinking, no. I wasn't on a walk. I was in my bed. And I was like looking at places to move after college because I'm just one of those girls. And it starts with me looking at Oregon, right? And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is such a beautiful state. Like, it's so calm. And I've been to Washington State, that sound like Washington, but I've been to Washington State, and I heard that they're pretty similar. And Washington was beautiful. It was so beautiful. I think it's a little bit more gray. I guess the parts that I went to Tacoma, if you guys are familiar with that city, but it's a little more gray than I would like. I haven't been hiking or anything there, so my perception might be a little different, but I was in the city and I look at Oregon and I'm like, oh, this is Washington if it had more greenery. Like, bro, if you have a chance, please go look up pictures of Oregon and like the waterfalls, the trails, the little shops. Like, I would love to raise my children there. Like, sorry. It's just such a pretty place, And that led me to think like, I don't know how gardening got into the equation, but I was just like, I wonder if I would be gardening when I'm a mom. Like, I wonder if I would be the mom who like stopped gardening for her kids, or if I would just be like, not mocking them, by the way, that's just how they sound. They're like, oh, like I had to because, and I'm just like, okay, you don't have to make people. I feel like the people who say it like that are the people who like, I just said like a whole bunch of times, the people who brag about stopping gardening when they have children always seem to put the people who don't down, and I'm just like, you're not better, but go off. I'm like, or would I still garden? Because it's really fun. I only do it, like, I have a more healthier relationship with it now, and I don't do it as often as it's just like becoming a healthier habit of mine. And I'm like, I don't know, like, I would stop if I had to, like, absolutely I would. I'm not like, I can't live without it. It's just like, when I am gardening, I go into a state of mind that is so open and just like broad, and I can take in so many different perspectives and really, really just like understand things on a whole nother level, or have different ideas. Not saying that I don't have brilliant ideas when I'm not gardening. It's just, if you know. It's just like that mind state whenever you have like a great gardening sesh. It's just like, wow. You have epiphany after epiphany. You literally have like 3 epiphanies a day when you garden. And I'm like, not only would this help me, I'm saying this from my perspective now as a 21-year-old, that would help me like understand my future children better. And it would help me, especially with like my patients when I become a therapist, just kind of have a broader perspective on things, or really open up to situations in order to help my patients. Like, I don't know if I would just be like, oh no, I can't with my kids. Like, I can't. I have to hide it from my kids. My kids can't know about it. Like, no, babe. In this day and age, your children will know about it, okay? and as young as like 4 or 5. So I don't think that's my concern. It's just, I don't know. I never really saw gardening as a thing I would be doing for the rest of my life. It was just like here and there, or I'm around people, and then it turned into oh wow, like what's this, what, hold on, why am I interested in these things now that I started gardening? Why am I starting to invest my time in these things more? Like, gardening, girl, it's just helped my intuition. It's helped me with so many different things. It really has. And I'm like, why have I thought about stopping? Like, that sounds so bad, but you know what I mean? Like, it hasn't done me any harm. So I'm just like, I think I would be that mom who puts the kids down and like goes on the porch, does her little gardening, come back in. I think that would be me. I don't know. For my girls out there who garden now, please let me know, like, where are you? Will you be gardening when you have children, or do you plan on stopping anytime soon? Like, where do you stand? Because I am curious. A lot of people are like, oh no, like, I love it, I'm not ever departing from it, and and some people are like, yeah, I think I will stop when I have children. I'm like, I wonder why. Because I see why somebody would, just because they find maybe gardening being inappropriate for children. But I'm like, it's only inappropriate if you make it inappropriate. Like, children are able to comprehend what is and what isn't for them. Like, children aren't whatever. That's a whole nother conversation. But I just wanted to open up the podcast episode with that, because I don't know, parenting has been at the front of my mind lately. Like, I don't know, girl. Maybe because I'm getting closer to those years where it's like, okay, my biological clock, it's like, girl, your body's ready. Like, and I think that's also why I've started to romanticize life with a partner more and more, because my hormones and my little 21-year-old body is like, girl, we need to procreate. Like, I did a little bit of research into this, and a lot of young women who have started their like menstrual cycle will start to fantasize life with partners more and become more quote unquote boy crazy, because their bodies are literally fertile. Like, it's a biological fact. And I was like, because I think majority of high school, not even high school, majority of like my beginning, I would say like freshman year through junior year of college, I like would beat myself up and be like, girl, why are you so crazy? Like, why are you over here being delusional about this boy? Why do you even care about boys right now? Like, what? Like, I used to talk to myself like that, and I used to be like, girl, like, get it together. We are getting a degree. Like, we are doing so many other things, and you sitting here worried about if he gonna text you back. And a lot of that does have to do with like attachment styles or whatever, which I've been getting into, but a lot of that has to do with just the thrill and my hormonal state, I guess, when it comes to just like procreating. And I don't know, girl, it's just so crazy. It's so crazy. I think about it all the time. I'm like, wow, I'm really over here thinking about, like, I'm in the stage of my life where parenting and like learning about how to raise children is like, I'm starting to like, I need to know that stuff, I'm at the age where I need to start being aware of different things when it comes to parenting, different ways to raise children, and and what type of environment you want to raise them in, and what kind of schools do you want them to go to, and what? I remember when the only thing I used to think about was going to play with my Barbies right after I got off the bus. That was the only thing on my mind. And now I'm over here thinking about parenting styles? Huh? And it all has to do with just your hormonal shifts and the fact that I'm getting older, and my body's like, all right, All right, babes, like, come on. Is he the one? He's the one. No, he's not the one, okay? Is he the one? No. Is he the one? Would you want him to raise your children? No. Okay, next. That's literally my brain right now. What the heck? Like, I can't. Also, don't mind the sounds, the cars, and all that. I'm at home in my bed, and I live on, like, the first floor. So, I'm pretty close to the cars. But, yeah. I just can't believe that that's where my mind is right now. Like, wow. And it's made me more picky when it comes to dating, subconsciously, because I like, now when I look at a man, I'm like, would I want him to raise my children? What does he stand for? What is he passionate about? What does he boast about the most? What is he like, it's not so much like, oh my gosh, he has the new KDs, like, oh my gosh, he got the cat scratch on his eyebrow, oh my gosh, like, girl, I used to, back in 2015, 2014, that boy had the cat scratch. You had me. Oops, sorry, I didn't mean to hit you guys. If the boy had the KDs with the khakis and the polo shirt, and then the cat scratch, girl, I was in a puddle. And now I'm like, yeah, you look good, but, like, of course, like, looks aren't important. Like, okay, whoa. Looks are definitely important. Let me take that back. Looks aren't my main priority. Like, if I look at a man and I'm like, okay, like, put it this way. I wouldn't give my attention to someone I don't find attractive. It's common sense, ? Like, I'm not going to sit here and waste my time with someone I don't want to have children with, if, like, physically, you know? Like, if I don't know. Maybe that sounds a little shallow. I'm sorry. I feel like that's just common sense, but sometimes you need to say it. I think for me right now, it's just what I said. Like, what are you passionate about? How do you feel when it comes to affection? How are you around children? How are you around animals? Like, do you take time for yourself? Do you read? Do you like romance? Do you like cars and guns? Do you only like sports? Do you only play video games? Like, I look at a man's habits now. I look at a man's mannerisms. I look at a man's, like, passions. It's deeper now, girl, because this is the one that, like, what? Can you tell? What the heck? I don't know where that accent just came from. But can you tell that I date to marry? I'm just like, no, I can't see myself with you for the rest of my life, so bye. Like, and I don't care. I don't care. I'm not ashamed about it. Like, and I don't shame other women for not having that same mentality. Like, hold on, I need to sip. A little ASMR for you. But, no, I don't shame other women for not dating until, like, what? That's none of my business. If a girl wants to date to have fun and experience different things, and that is her business. Like, I date to marry. Simple. Because I feel like marriage, I was against marriage for a little bit, which is so funny. Just because of, like, what society was telling me and what I was hearing from, like, certain artists I used to look up to, and I was just very heavily influenced back then. But now as I'm older, I'm like, no, marriage is a must-have, especially because I want children. Like, I can't see myself having children for a man that I'm not, like, legally bind to. No. I just won't do it. And a lot of that has to do with, I guess, the things that I've seen in my family generationally, and, like, how that has turned out. think it's called wedlock or wedlock. Babies born out of wedlock. Is it wedlock? I think it's wedlock. Whatever. Babies who are born, or family members of mine who are born with parents who weren't married. It didn't last. And there was no responsibility for the man I've seen. Okay, let me backtrack. I think it's easier for a man to avoid raising a child, simply because women are the nurturers and women have to take care of their children. Like, come on, let's look at our history. And I think that sucks. I don't believe in women raising children on their own. I had a thought one time. I was like, oh my gosh, like if I never found the one, I would raise my own children, but absolutely not. No. Children need fathers. And the father needs to be legally bound to that. Like, that needs to be a unit. Because like I said, it's easy for a man to just say they are married. It's easier for a man to like have multiple children with a woman, walk away, and just easily get put on child support, instead of like, you know what I'm saying? Even if the government forced them to visit their children, it's just so much easier for men to just not raise their children. It's just it's so much easier for men to just be absent. And let's not even open that can of worms, okay? But that's why I think marriage is so important, because girl, no. What else do I want to talk about? I also wanted to talk about knowing who you are. You know, I feel like I'm in the position of, yes, I'm being pickier with the men that I give my attention to, but I also am starting to know where I am and where I lie on the grand scheme of existing, you know? Like, when I tell people to always remember and always know who they are, I mean it in the sense of just like, how do I explain it? I'm getting to know my level of like patience, my level of intelligence, my level of wisdom, my level of understanding, compassion, integrity. I'm knowing myself on a grand scheme of things, and I think that's what's making me more pickier, because I'm like, I know my worth, babe. I know that I know what I offer, and that's what's making me be so picky. Because I'm not saying a lot of guys out here don't offer a lot. It's just they don't put time to like, they don't give themselves the time to pour into themselves. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of men are so work, grind, money. Ooh, pretty lady, that's mine, okay? Like, they're just so one-track minded nowadays, where it's like, they don't really, from my experience, they don't pour into themselves and know their level of sensitivity, you know? Their level of affection, where, like, and those things are important to me, you know? Because I don't want a emotionally unavailable father for my children. I don't want a husband that can't be affectionate with their kids. Like, I don't want my children to have a father that doesn't want to know these things, you know? So the more that I've been like understanding my levels of whatever the case may be, or understanding like who I am, the more I'm able to just like read other people and be like, okay, you know, and just know where someone is, because I know myself so well. It's just like, I don't know how to explain that. I feel like if you know, you know. But yeah, that's where I lie. I'm just like analyzing everybody and paying attention to every little thing when it comes to dating, because babe, people are so good at pretending. So yeah, I don't know how that all stemmed from being who you are, but there you have it. Today's episode was really short. I just wanted to tap in with y'all, see how y'all were doing, and give you guys my thoughts of today, I guess. And yeah, I can't wait to talk to you guys again. If you haven't already, please go follow me on Instagram at DAYYXSANAE. That is DAYYXSANAE. Period. That sounds like a song. Like, I need to write that down. But yeah, give your girl a follow so we can interact over there, because I love getting feedback from you guys, and more of you guys are starting to DM me. So I'm like, hey, hey. So yeah, go ahead and do that. And until next time, bye.